Rich Lowe, Pilot Legacy, reporting on the Grassdale for Tuesday, 30 November 2021, 1 year, 22 weeks post groundbreaking. The November update is coming to you 1 week later than usual due to the Thanksgiving holiday. We trust each of you had a great Thanksgiving celebration, and as usual, we have much to be thankful for as it relates to this project. As always, we begin this update with the OAC meeting with the operational and leadership teams of Strategic Construction, Pilot Legacy, and Callaway Architecture all in attendance. Our progress continues to be dogged by supply chain delays as it relates to delivery of paint and appliances. We have numerous units on site that are ready to be punched and received by our management team. Here's one such unit. As you can see, the bathroom is complete, but we're still missing stackable washers and dryers, refrigerators, ovens, and microwaves. One day, GE tells us it will be 2 to 3 weeks before any appliances will be available. And then on the following day, we'll receive a call from them asking us to take delivery of a truckload of whatever appliances they happen to have available on that given day. It's presently catch as catch can, and Strategic is also implementing creative solutions to mitigate these delays, to include the short-term leasing of appliances until the permanent appliances can be delivered. As most of you are aware, this challenge is not limited to our project only, but is being experienced nationwide in a myriad of industries. As an example, have you noticed how empty some car dealership lots are lately? But despite these nagging delays, we continue to make good progress in other areas. Upon completion of the meeting, we walked the site to look at the progress that has taken place over the past month. Noticeable right away as you make your way onto the property is the treatment of the cosmetic truss elements that adorn the gables of each building. Originally, the truss elements were going to be constructed out of the same timbers as the trusses in the clubhouse. But again, due to the supply chain problems, this was going to create untenable delays in the construction and drying in of each building. Instead, the trusses were constructed with 4x4s as a foundational skeleton, followed by an exterior hardy plank cladding for a cosmetic and ultimately more durable long-term solution. Here you can see the exposed 4x4s in their initial condition. And here you can see them being treated with the blue polyethylene sealant. Once sealed, the 4x4s are then clad with hardy siding, caulked, and finally painted to match the building. The result has the appearance of heavy timber trusses, but with a much more durable and waterproofed finish. Making our way to the clubhouse, here you can see the branded signage are taking their place throughout the building, and the long-awaited application of the cedar ceiling planks have taken their place above the finished truss elements as well. Gorgeous. Light fixtures and windmill-styled ceiling fans finish out the look, along with stainless steel air conditioning ducting, which will give an industrial kind of look to the inside decor. Here you can see the ceiling has been installed in the mailroom along with fluorescent lighting, light fixtures over the forthcoming coffee bar and kitchenette, and the installation of the glass panes in the Grassdale's individual private meeting rooms. A nice looking tile is also being installed in the public restrooms. Just behind the clubhouse, crews are pouring additional sidewalks, and along the pool, fencing and cabanas are being erected. The concrete footer for the Grassdale's monument sign has been poured, and the stanchions for the Uber and Lyft station are in place. And just in the last several hours, I've been told that the overhead structure has been put in place as well, but we'll save that imagery for next month's update. Now recall that last month we were about to pour the concrete for the front driveway and have it stamped and painted as opposed to laying paving stones. Here you can see that finished feature along with the fire code compliant curb painting. Over time, that stamped concrete will prove to be more durable and should weather quite nicely. On both the east and west sides of the driveway leading to the clubhouse, you can see the installation of the security gates as well as ongoing installation of the surrounding fencing that will integrate with them. In and around the finished units, you can see parking striping and building signage are in place. The installation of ground floor balcony assemblies with slats to follow, continued progress on covered parking areas with the installation of solar power modules, and continued progress of our garage units can all be seen. Here on the eastern side of the property, you can see where solar modules have also been placed atop of garages 11 and 8, as well as the construction of the east side boundary fence. Our management team at Walker Holder Residential has taken possession of Building Echo. Here you can see our very own Vice President of Operations, Sonia Mani, inspecting the finished product with Callaway Architecture's John Taylor. Those units are fully appointed, buttoned up, and are ready for move-in. All we're waiting for is the completion of the clubhouse, the installation of cable, and the ability for residents to access those buildings unimpeded. I'm also very happy to report that our outstanding Grassdale property management team, Alma Portugal and Pat Ivy, have already secured 26 leases. That's a little over 8% of our total inventory, with move-ins scheduled to commence on or before January 15th. And as if the regional news wasn't good enough with Tesla moving in and establishing their global headquarters just next door, we learned just last week that just to the north of Manor, in the community of Taylor, Texas, Samsung will be constructing a $17 billion semiconductor chip manufacturing plant. Samsung expects to commence construction of the project in the first half of 2022, with operations to commence in the second half of 2024, bringing thousands of high-paying tech jobs to an already exploding region. As for the rest of the Grassdale community, progress continues in sequence inside and out. We're seeing extremely high demand for the new Grassdale units, and we're already surpassing year one pro forma rent projections, which implies a higher than projected net operating income as well. Additionally, the Weitzman Group has indicated interest has been high for the retail spaces in front of the Grassdale along Highway 290. With move-ins slated for 15 January, we're excited to be cash flowing not long thereafter. However, as the Grassdale is a HUD 221 D4 project, distributions will only be permitted once the property shows signs of stabilization, and then only semi-annually as opposed to quarterly, as many investors are accustomed to. Initial distributions will be the accrued 6% pref payments owed to our investors. Once those pref payments are caught up, additional distributions may then commence. HUD is currently reviewing the semi-annual distribution policy with an eye towards permitting quarterly distributions, but for now there has been no change to the current semi-annual distribution requirement. As we move forward, that picture will become much clearer as we handle the variables of supply chain delays and resident move-ins. In the meantime, we anxiously look forward to the final month of 2021, which will bring us into our long-awaited commencement of operations.